All right, Shalom. All praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone, for teaching and ruling well in the scriptures. Salutations to you, Akim, across the world, pushing his word in truth and in sincerity and with charity. And this is going to be a quick response to, and as you can see here, it says family claims racial bias. And we know this to be a part of the curses, all right, because you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans here in America, which is really Babylon the Great, all right, you struggle because you are under the curses. You are criticized and you are infamy of the people because you are under the curses. Okay, first and foremost. But I'm going to play a little bit of this video so you can understand that this is all scriptural, why you go through these certain things and why people go through these certain situations on a day-to-day basis. But I'm going to play a little bit of it here.
Very sad about doing this, but kind of wanted to document it.
A woman in Florida is recording the moment she has decided to do something really hard.
Because it does seem like one of the few ways that we can achieve economic fairness, by just having my husband be in the house by himself and taking down all evidence that he has a black family.
Her name is Abina Horton. She is a labor and employment attorney, and this is her husband, Alex Horton, an artist. Last June, they set out to get an appraisal of their home in Jacksonville, Florida, hoping to refinance and pay down the mortgage. A home filled with books and photos and love. Her family, his family. But when the appraiser came, Abina was there and said she felt something unsettling.
It clicked in my mind almost immediately that I understand what the issue was here. Why did I let myself forget that I live in America as a black person and that I need to take some extra steps to get a fair result?
And you're not going to get a fair result because you are a so-called black person in America in captivity. Okay, this is not your rest, so to speak. You're not supposed to be comfortable here. You see? This is why you go through the things you go through. All right, now I made some notes. All right. So basically, the reason why you're not comfortable is because this is your captivity and this is not your kingdom. All right, this is Micah chapter 2, verse 10. It says, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you even with a sore destruction." And that is the main thing that our people don't really understand or realize. All right, this place was not made for you to build a house and continuously live, all right, forever and have kids. You know, although we do have that here, but we have to jump through hoops just to get it because this is our kingdom. This is not our society. The faces of our people are not on the money, all right, or anything like that, man. This is a captivity. It's not our rest. Micah 2 and 10, it says, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest." This is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you even with a sore destruction. And she was making statements, all right, saying that she wants economic fairness. It's not gonna work, which is what I noted here, because this is not our rest. All right, there's no fairness, all right, economically for us because we don't rule this kingdom. Okay. Job, the 9th chapter and the 24th verse tells you that the earth has been given into the hand of the wicked. We are the righteous. But I'm going to play a little bit more because it gets better.
The appraisal comes back. It is shockingly low. Even the bank couldn't make sense of that number.
Coming out of the first appraisal, was it rage? Was it exhaustion?
It was exhaustion, I would say. This person is being so petty and hateful, and he's wasting my time.
So she decided to get a second appraisal with a new appraiser. Same house, but something different.
Hey, it's Abina again, and back with another edition of the things that we are taking down from our walls. There are a few things in my house that are demonstrably black. So clearly the pictures that we have all over the house with all of our family members, with my grandmother getting married back in the 40s. We have the picture of Charlie Bolden, who's an African-American astronaut. Pictures of me when I was a baby. Black Panther.
We both put away pictures, and it's like, these are people I love. These are people I care about, and I need to hide them. That was very tough.
And then, of course, the primary thing that we did was remove both me and my son from the home during the second appraisal.
But when you're doing this, what does that do to the spirit?
It's crushing the spirit, of course. I'm ashamed of it. I'll be honest. I'm ashamed of the fact that my son will see that this is something that I did. I'm ashamed to say that I really wanted to refinance and pay off my house sooner and have full equity in my home. And so I was willing to put up with that indignity to do it.
Let me say this,
because I knew.
Which, if you even did that, you still don't own the home. You are in captivity. This is not your rest. I just wanted to say that. Jake, man.
It was going to be effective. So it was a combination of pragmatism and deep and profound sadness doing that.
She took down all the photos of her family, replacing them only with photos of her husband and his white family. And he is the person in the home when the new appraiser comes. And when the second appraisal comes back, the value of their house has shot up more than $100,000, a 40% increase.
It was primarily financial relief. I'm just glad that we're going to get the rate that we want. And then I think it was about 15 seconds later when the tears came, because we realized just how much more removing that variable increased the value of our home. To know just how much, me personally, I was devaluing the home just by sitting in it, just by living my life, just by paying my mortgage, just by raising my son there.
After she posted her story,
it goes back to the scriptures, because you are an infamy of the people. All right, this is Ezekiel 36 verse 3. It says, "Therefore prophesy and say, Thus saith Yahweh, because they have made you desolate. The heathens have made us desolate." All right, look at the ghettos, the barrios. All right, the reservations, the hoods. Nothing but poverty. They have made you desolate. And then you have certain circumstances where you have people that do have money. They're still infamy. They still have the curses on them. This book is talking about the Israelites, man. No matter what level they're in, no matter if they're poor or rich, you are still infamy of the people at whatever status you are as an Israelite in another nation's kingdom, man. Ezekiel 36 and 3, "Therefore prophesy and say, Thus saith Yahweh, because they have made you desolate and swallowed you up on every side, that ye might be a possession unto the residue of the heathen. And ye, you Israelites, are taken up in the lips of talkers, and are an infamy of the people." And let's go into this word infamy. And that's why when the appraisal came back, all right, and you got a new quote because you had removed all the images of Jake, their parents, her family, all right, etc., and put all white images. That's why you got $150,000 more dollars, up to $150,000 more dollars, because the people that are shown in the house are of this kingdom. They are the ruling nation of this kingdom, and you aren't. You are the infamy of the people. Now, I took a screenshot. Let me see here. Let's get this word infamy. It It says the state of being well known for some bad quality or deed. That's the definition of infamy. Let's get it in blue letter. Let's see here. It's Ezekiel 36. Ezekiel 36. Bear with me 1 second. I'm gonna get the blue letter. Let's see. The interlinear infamy. Here we go.
Strong's H1681. Dibba.
It says a whispering, defamation, an evil report. So there's an evil report about you so-called Negroes when it comes to renting, housing, getting car loans. What else? Going to schools, getting appraisals for your house, as you've seen, as you've heard. Defamation, defaming, an evil report, unfavorable saying, slander. And these are the things that pertain to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans when it comes to trying to better yourself in this society. Because what? Micah 2:10, this is not your rest. So it's always going to be like that. You're always going to be the infamy of the people until you're in your own kingdom. Okay? Now I'm gonna play a little bit more of the audio. And I'll put the the link in the description box, Lord willing.
Story on Facebook. There was a deluge of comments and people who said they had tried similar experiments with similar results. Andre Perry, a fellow at the Brookings Institution, wrote the book Know Your Price. He studies the effects of discrimination in housing.
What we found after controlling for education, crime, walkability, and all those fancy Zillow metrics, that homes in black neighborhoods are devalued by 23%, and cumulatively, that's about $156 billion in lost equity. $156 billion would have financed more than 4 million small businesses. It would have paid for more than 8 million college degrees. That discrimination is leading to a widening of the wealth gap. And so one can argue that we're in worse shape than we were 20, 30, 40 years ago.
Which made me think about an investigation ABC News did long ago. One we hoped back then would open all our eyes.
Prime time. From New York, Diane So.
All right, so I'm gonna put the link in the description box for you to for you to check it out. But the next part, they go into and they experiment with a Edomite man and an Israelite man. All right, both went to Big Ten schools. They make that known. Big Ten schools. Both have good credit. All right, and they're actually friends. You know, Esau and Jacob. You know, Jake, simple as. But it should show you the Edomite going into an apartment complex and talking to a landlord, and the landlord giving the Edomite the keys on the first day. But then you have Jake go into the same apartment complex to talk with the landlord, and the landlord tells him that someone has already put a deposit down, which is a lie, because you are an infamy of the people. Nobody wants you in their apartment complex. And this goes on to this day, till this day, 2020. All right. The month of November, you are an infamy of the people, like Ezekiel the 36th chapter and the 3rd verse said, man. You are taken up in the lips of talkers. You are spoken evil of, because it is a curse upon you. We have become a byword. All right, now let me get this. This is Deuteronomy. This is in the curses. Deuteronomy 28 and 37. It reads, let me see if I can smite up or start up. Deuteronomy 28 and 36. Yahweh shall bring thee and thy king, which thou shalt set over thee, unto a nation which shall neither thou nor thy fathers have known, and there shalt thou serve other gods, wood and stone. It's talking about here in America. All right. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations whither Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua shall lead thee. Okay? Let's go into these words. I'm going to end it off here because it's clear we are the Israelites of the Bible. These curses fit us. The prophecies fit us. The infamy fits us. Okay? Now let me see here if I can get it in the Hebrew. Let's see here. All right, proverb.
Strong's H 4912.
Mashal.
Mashal.
A proverb, a parable, sentence of ethnic wisdom. Now let's go into the Strong's. Properly a pithy maxim, usually of metaphorical nature, hence a simile as an adage, poem, discourse, byword. So basically you are called different sorts of things pertaining to everything that's bad, like black. All right, black is pertaining to death, darkness, no light, no wisdom, and that's what they call you. Okay, so let's go back and go into the word byword.
Strong's H 8148. Shenina.
A sharp word. What's that word that they like to call us? The N word. A sharp word. Sharp cutting word. Taunt. All right. And this is why you can't get housing. This is why you can't get an auto loan at the same rate as Esau. Now, for the most part, you can, because Esau doesn't want a lawsuit. But that's only for his monetary reasons, man. If it was up to him, you would be paying more than the average Edomite, man. Okay. So Deuteronomy 28 and 37, and thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations whither Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua shall lead thee. And that is a part of the curses. For what? For our disobedience to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Okay? Deuteronomy 28 and 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of Yahweh thy power to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the city, in the field. Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store. Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy land, and the increase of thy kind, and the flocks of thy sheep. Cursed shalt thou be when thou comest in, and cursed shalt thou be when thou goest out. All right, so and this is why we catch hell to this day. This is why we are the bottom. This is why another example would be last hired, first fired. All right, another example would be getting paid less than Esau, and that's statistically proven. All right, as well as land and home ownership in the hood being far less all right, far less profitable than a home in a white neighborhood, property in a white neighborhood. These are because you are cursed in the field and you are cursed in the city, because we are under the curses of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. All right, and this is why our people go through these situations. Okay, so Lord willing, I was edifying just to shed a little light on why our people go through these things, man. We are under these curses still, which is why Yahweh Hashem Yahushua has to redeem us out of this situation, which is why Micah said, depart, arise and depart, for this is not our rest. All right, this is our captivity, and here in our captivity, we are under these curses. All right, Lord willing, I was edifying, call halal Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash. And double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching and ruling well in the scriptures. Salutations to Akim across the world, pushing his word in truth and in sincerity and with charity. Shalom and a Bob Ball.